Every city has its shadows and secrets. The places no one will go, the things no one will talk about. But in the city of God's Fall, the shadows are of the darkest black. Grotesque monstrosities stalk the city at night, held at bay by a guild of monster hunters. Listen with caution, my friends, for the stories that you are about to hear are greatly disturbing. And pray to whatever God will hear you, that you are one of the lucky ones who can sleep at night without having to worry about what lurks beneath the city streets.
Welcome to God's Fall.
I wasn't actually gonna attack him.
It's just
It's just me.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
But you should kill him.
I'm not gonna kill him.
Kill him.
Oh, you want to kill him?
All right. So I'm gonna get these initiative things ready.
You want to kill him?
Dominic. Kill him.
All right. So what did you get?
I got a 16.
16, and what did you get, Philippe?
9. Not rolling hot tonight.
All right. So, Philippe, you're the one who has the pistol, so he's going to target you first. I'm going to need you to make. Let's see. Where is it? It's under B.
So, just a quick question, Joe. Why isn't the crowbar your main weapon?
Because a
Good point.
hammer feels more forge-like.
It is closer to Dura. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
8.
All right, this is gonna suck. I'm just letting you know. Or maybe it won't, because that was okay. That is okay. So.
Jesus.
Nice.
It's a powerful 19-year-old who dropped out of the academy. It's a lot of dice.
Yeah,
He dropped out?
he dropped out, but he never stopped studying.
Beauty school dropout.
All right.
He's a necromancer.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, 29 necrotic damage.
I'm out.
So you're unconscious.
Yup.
Okay.
All you there.
And yeah, it is down
Holy shit.
to now there is a the sound of magic and spells being cast.
So would we hear at what point? Like, where are we in this?
So you're down at the other end of the hallway.
I know because he cut short my friendly easing into the conversation, so we got done pretty fast.
Yeah. So you're about I want to say
Apparently he is with her.
40 feet 50 feet away.
No, okay, but then are we
You
still
would-
talking?
You would be still talking, and then you would hear the sound of violence. And at this point, you all can. The rest of you can roll initiative as well.
The violence.
Even half of that would have almost knocked my ass out.
Yeah,
Hello,
This
darkness,
is-
my old friend.
he was kind of he is designed.
I'll be there tomorrow, Philippe.
If it's got a check on that, does it mean it's in my cart? Because I
I
tried.
think so. All right. So who else? So who's rolled initiative already? All right, everybody. Okay, Archie, what did you get?
6.
Okay, Cal,
4.
13.
13, and
22.
22.
I get a +5.
All right, so you'll be at the top of the next round. Dominic, it's your turn.
All right. Let's try this. I'm gonna use command,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell him to grovel.
Okay, so he has to make a wisdom saving throw, correct?
That is correct.
All right. Wait. Doing it. And he got a natural 20.
Damn.
Wow.
No, I'll go. Well, even if I go with the first one, it's a 19. And I was just like, oh no, gotta roll in my new dice tray. Sorry. But it was a 19. Well,
And it's not gonna.
Yeah. Einor?
I'm about 50 feet away, right?
Yeah.
I'm dashing, trying to get to him.
All right, so you dash. You are able to get right towards Philippe's unconscious body and Dominic, and then on the other side of the door is this pale kid with a wand.
Okay, if I wanted to give him a healing pot, that's a bonus action or an action?
If you wanted to give him a healing potion,
Well, I'll feed it to him because he's kind of dead.
that would be an action.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just going to take out the healing pot.
All right. So then,
Would we be skipping me and going in initiative order?
yeah, we're going in initiative order. I'll let you go now.
Okay.
And then
I just
we'll
didn't know
have-
how we
And then
were
we'll have
doing
you
it.
go on the start. What do
Okay.
you do?
I just want to get close enough to see him.
Yeah, you can. That's not that hard. You just need to get another 30 feet down the hall.
Cool.
You have enough speed.
And then I'm going to cast Sleep, where it just affects him. So in the back of the room behind him. So
You're gonna try and hit sleep at the back of the room behind him.
Yes.
So
And I'm going to cast it at second level, actually.
second level. Okay, so roll their total HP.
5d8. So 7d8. 10, 18, 18, 19, 20, 28, 35.
It is not enough.
Alright. And I rolled pretty well.
You
Yeah.
did. Alrighty.
I'm a little worried. A
Yeah.
little worried that didn't work out.
All right, so
What'd you guys do?
Archie, you're up.
I just wanted to scare him.
Lady Charlotte, it seems that your son has lost a bit of his temper, perhaps some control. You may want to calm him down before he brings your entire estate and your reputation down around you.
Lady Charlotte just yells, Archie! No, not Archie. Sorry. Is Alistair, what are you doing? And Alistair yells back, they pulled a gun on me. and she says,
I will look at her dead in the eye and go, I'm certain he had good reason.
And she says, to pull a gun on my son? What could possibly be a good reason for that?
Madam, we are monster hunters. And as monster hunters, you cannot just accept things as they are at face value. He does not believe both you and your daughter when you are so clearly right in what you have seen, so clearly understanding for him to try and say that you're wrong.
And he says, I know that voice. Archibald?
Yes,
You always were a stick in the mud.
I blame my upbringing. I blame yours. Now, madam, if you could control your son, we will continue our investigation.
And he says, there is no one needs to control me. It is these fools who must be controlled.
I So are we out of combat order?
You know, this is a clear abuse of the talking is a free action.
This is a Dragon
That
Ball
will be
Z
my
6
entire
seconds.
turn.
Okay,
That'll
your-
be my entire turn. I have
If
no
that is your
reason to run up
entire
there.
turn,
That-
then the next person up actually is Cal.
Great. I say, I will deal with them.
All
Are
right.
you conscious at this point?
Me?
No. So I walk down the hallway. I pick him up
Uh-huh.
by the scruff of whatever,
Uh-huh.
and I put my hand on your shoulder and kind of like turn you and wink, and I start trying to move them outside and hoping that you will go along with it.
You're winking at me?
Yeah, to just
Oh my.
All right.
Oh my.
Okay, so
Lady Cal, that was not the time.
So I'll let you, Dominic, as a reaction, decide whether or not you're going along with this.
He's gonna look up at her. It's not the time for that!
fine. Well, then I take him. I pull him further away. I'm going to put myself in between him and Alistair, and then, I mean, like, and see if. So if he takes a reaction, it's going to have to be against me. And as a free action, in my 6 seconds,
Yeah, it was a mean look.
I would say, whatever's happening here, we can deal with. It can be dealt with internally. And as a member of a certain class of people, we are held to certain standards. And right now, you do yourself a disservice.
All right, I'm going to need a persuasion check, but I'm going to give you inspiration because that was really good. So you could use that for.
What does that mean?
That means you've got inspiration. You can spend it now or save it, but it will let you get advantage on one roll.
Okay, I'm taking it now. Let's just stop this and not kill the child.
He's 19. I mean,
I'm 17. 16.
All right. Archibald.
Nope.
No, sorry. I keep screwing it up because they're both two A names. Alistair. Alistair looks up at you and says, "Fine. We will discuss this. I know when I'm outnumbered, and I know when I'm in the wrong."
My deepest apologies for whatever caused you such upset.
Right.
Right, I take one of my healing potions. I'm gonna feed it to Philippe.
All right.
what, that's a D4 plus.
It's one of the fancy ones. It cost me 100, so it's
Oh,
like
geez.
whatever the next one up is. No, wait, nope. Just kidding. Regular one.
Regular one.
Psych.
D4 plus, what is it?
2d4 plus 2.
Two.
For a regular one?
For the cheapies?
For the cheap one? D4, 2D4 plus 2?
Yeah, something like that, I believe.
4. 6.
It's not very much, but
It's
keeps you
fine.
from
I'm
being
awake.
It's not a death saving throw.
It's
though.
not. So I. He's a necromancer. It's the boy. It's the boy. He's behind all of it. It's why he doesn't believe his mother. It's why he dropped out of the economy.
Philippe, please. You just were grievously wounded. And can I approach him at the time?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
not-
we're
I
out of
dragged him-
initiative. Let's
Please,
I
you were-
dragged him away. We are not near Alistair right now.
Yeah, we are.
I'm still within 10
Well,
feet
but
of him.
we
Yeah.
like the point. we
Al-
don't accuse
Alistair
him
is
of-
Alistair is right now talking to his mother, who is clearly very frantic, and is just it's got a million.
I want to be
questions.
close enough to hear what they're talking about.
All right.
Philippe, you were grievously wounded, and I could see where you would jump to that particular understanding of this. But I promise you that the boy is just simply easily offended, a bit sensitive, and I'm gonna kind of pull you close into what is very obviously a very awkward hug, and I'm gonna pat you on the back. You're going to be okay. We know you'll be okay.
No. I've taken hits before. I've been stabbed. I've been slashed. I've felt spells. But this.
Philippe, we know you'll be okay. Madam, could we have a bit of tea to calm him? He's in shock.
All right. And
I need fresh air. We need to go
Fresh
outside.
air. We will get you fresh.
All right. So Clara says, she says, Alistair, put on something respectable and meet us outside. And then she calls for and then she says, Robert, and the young valet approaches and she says, Robert, fetch us some tea for our poor friend here. We are going to be discussing this matter further.
I take my own healing potion at this point.
I'm going to follow Alistair.
I'm going outside with him.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go outside with the rest of the group.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Alistair.
Yeah.
And follow him.
Alright.
So, when we all get outside, Dominic's gonna look over at everyone. So, he's hiding something.
Are we outside with them, or is it just
You are
us
outside.
inside?
You are out right now. It's just you, but Charlotte,
His
Charlotte
mom.
and his is out there as well, and Alistair is coming out there soon.
okay?
I want to wait for I want to. Everyone's outside but me because I'm following Alistair, kind of.
Yeah.
I wanna
I'm
hide.
following Alistair too.
I want to hide in the side room.
All right. Give me a stealth check if you're hiding.
Don't fuck me.
Are you hiding as well, Einara?
Nope. I'm letting him know I'm following him.
All right, so he just keeps giving and you like a look over his shoulder as he closes his door. You hear him rustling through clothes. He comes out again in a suit that's clearly seen better days.
I'm going to say I'd like to apologize for the halfling. You know how the poor can be.
And he says, yes, indeed I do, and especially the uneducated.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, what caused such a reaction?
And he says, they did not believe me when I said that that these shapes are just the groundskeepers moving around in the dark, and that my mother and my sister have all been imagining it. They wouldn't take my word for it, and they became increasingly agitated, and then one of them I saw slipped a pistol into his hand. The halfling slipped a pistol
I'm
into his
going
hand.
to audibly gasp.
I'm gonna need a deception check just because.
Damn, you're rolling high.
Is it
I'm
deception?
not. Deception.
15.
All right, and he seems and he just says, "I know, right?" He says, I was so I instinctively moved forward and cast a spell. I had to knock him unconscious as fast as I could. I'm not just going to stand there and let him pull a gun on me.
I completely understand, as we of the upper class have to defend ourselves.
Yes, yes, I'm sure you would understand.
Again, I'm sorry for the halfling. He's, again, uneducated. I kind of think he's...
Yeah. And he says, well, thank you for your apology. Shall we go outside and join the rest?
Yeah. So I'm going to ready an action to summon my weapon.
All right. So as soon as I assume that this ready action will happen as soon as he does anything untoward.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, as we walk away, I'm just want to chit-chat him. Noble things, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
dare the poor.
Yeah.
Since he's getting him distracted, can I get advantage? Am I hiding?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
I completely forgot you were doing that.
let me erase that.
Not much better, but all right. 12.
All right. Well, he doesn't get very high in his perception, so you're still able to.
I
follow
doubled
him.
the score.
You hold the lead for most
Are,
ones.
are a bunch of us outside before
yes,
they
you
all
are.
As
come
soon
out?
as we get out there, I say, Philippe, if he is the one who is guilty, shouting at him when you are barely upright is not the right way to handle it. You could die.
I just woke up. Sometimes things escape when you just wake up after a potion. I know you're kind of new and have probably never been unconscious before, but sometimes you are just back in that instant. He's a necromancer.
Great.
He is the monster we are here to hunt.
And ladies, I am gonna say, Lady Charlotte is there.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't have
that's
said
why
that.
I didn't let you do it. Yeah.
Oh shit, I wouldn't have said that.
she did
Yeah.
call
She
us
was
in.
talking to. She was
Yeah,
talking
she was
to,
talking inside, I
Alistair.
thought.
She
No,
told
she
Alistair
followed everyone outside.
she told Alistair to put on something respectable. Told the valet to get tea for you. Went outside with the rest of you to await her son, who she is concerned
I would
with.
have pulled him away from her though, because
Yeah,
I would
I'll
not
let
have
I'll let
said
you do
Okay.
that since I clearly wasn't as clear as I could have been.
I would not have said that. I mean, I would have pulled him off to the side.
Yeah,
So
I'll
you
let-
need to apologize whether you mean it or not.
Not happening.
And
We need to take this kid
evidence.
out.
We need evidence. Otherwise, we've just murdered a member of one of the prominent families in town.
No
That's
problem.
not going to get us a reward. It's going to get you arrested.
You need evidence? I'll be over by the window. When he comes outside, I'll go in the window and grab us some evidence.
Great.
Spectacular.
I'm going to stand somewhere not where they can see me. You know what I'm going to do? Is there a way we can, like, because I said I would deal with it. Is there a way that I can move off with him as though I am escorting him somewhere?
I'll let you make a deception check.
Okay.
I want to start sneaking off toward the back
No,
of
no,
the
no, I've
house.
still got my hand on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Acrobatics.
21.
There you go.
Okay, I say, just trust me. And I grab him by the shoulder
Uh-huh.
and I drag him off.
Uh-huh.
And I've got that 21. I'm going to try and, like, make it look like I'm taking him somewhere to punish him or something. Spank him. And then I'm going to sneak around and I will, like, keep watch, but mostly I'm just, if he just wanders off, they're going to wonder. So I'm going to make it look like I'm dragging him off.
All right. So you make it look. You do a successful. It is a very good performance. Everyone seems to believe it. You're just taking Philippe out of the way to just yell at him for being Philippe again.
I will be apologizing profusely.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
So you are apologizing to Lady Charlotte, who is just shocked that anybody could be accusing her son of everything, and is also shocked at her son's behavior because, and you get the idea that she may be even a little afraid because she's never seen her son cast any like combat magic before, and to see that and to see him like knock a person unconscious with a spell that clearly had a killing intent behind it is it's a very disturbing thing for her.
Well, Lady Charlotte it is no pleasant treat for a mother to see her child act in such a violent nature. But for him to leave the academy and still be as powerful as he is, you should find comfort in that he cares enough that he is trying to defend your home, himself, and your property. I believe that though he may lack discipline, he shows great promise and will make a suitable heir to your family.
And she says,
And I'm just saying this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Now, Philippe, you've gone off to look through.
Well, before he goes,
Yeah.
I will stand watch. But I want you to take this, and I pull off from over my head. I have a horn. It looks like it was made from an animal horn, but it's got symbols carved into it and some metal ornamentation. Don't just waste this. It only has a few uses per day, but if anything happens, you can choose somebody, probably me, because the rest of them won't understand necessarily, and you can signal with this, and I will be the only one who can hear.
Sounds good. And I just jump in the window.
Do you not take
Yeah.
it with you?
Oh, no, I take it with me.
So this is obviously to make sense of this. This is obviously the Horn of Silent Alarm you talked
Yes.
about
Yeah.
buying from me at the beginning of the campaign.
Yep.
So as soon as Alistair leaves his room and walks off, I go to his room.
All right. So you go into. So yeah, you successfully hid
Yeah.
because he was all distracted talking to Einmore, who is currently chatting him up about noble things. I will need a stealth check from you, Philippe, and an acrobatics check to get up the window, which you can make with advantage because of all the let's say a trellis nearby.
For the stealth first, or
For the stealth first, no one's around, so
Okay.
we'll give you advantage for
Advantage.
18,
that. All right.
and then acrobatics as well.
Yeah.
15.
All right. So that's enough for you to sort of nimbly climb up the trellis, open the window, get inside, and then that's where you see Edwin already looking through the stuff. Now, if you want to join both of you, either one of you, or both of you,
I'm
can
gonna
make,
cast Detect Magic.
you're casting Detect Magic.
I'll use it as a spell slot.
All right,
So it's
you-
just an action level 1.
So it's just an action. So it only takes it only takes a second or two, and you do detect a bit of magic in the room. There is a locked chest at the bottom, and when you get close to it, you realize that the chest is has a magical trap on it.
Okay. I'm gonna point that out to the little guy coming through the window to Philippe.
Oh,
Hey.
hey,
It's nice to see you here. I
Yeah.
guess, I'm not doing anything
are
wrong.
you here often?
Hey, I got something you might be able to handle. I think this is your kind of stuff. Can you check this box out? There's a trap on there somewhere. You might be able to disarm it. I'm not really good at that type of thing.
Normal trap, magical trap,
Magical?
magical trap.
You could just open it, it'll go off, but I don't recommend that.
No,
Okay.
no, that is no. I don't generally mess with magical traps. Do you have some sort of skill set to at least tell if I try to disarm this trap or set this trap off in a harmless manner?
Would I know?
If
Well,
I'm going to be injured because that little bastard already sucked energy out of me,
He likes
The,
you.
the
I'm gonna kill him.
The trap radiates evocation magic, and you get the feeling that it's made of a set of runes. And if you were to say find a way to scratch one of the runes, you could maybe, with a successful Arcana check, disarm it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do that. Scratch the ruins off.
Yes.
Still, it's a 9, but it's not great. When I do this, though, I'm gonna do it in a corner of the room away from the window.
All right, you're gonna do it in a corner room away from the window.
Right, so it's gonna be the box is gonna be facing just me.
All right. So the box is going to be facing just you, and
Summoning my weapon is a bonus action, so just say I did that as a bonus action in case something happens.
yeah. All right. So you go. So again, it was a total of 12. You said
9 total of 9.
9 total.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I die.
I'm going to need you when you try and scratch one of these runes off. I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm really good at those two. 15.
All right. So you only take half.
It probably won't matter.
It's okay. Yeah. You take 5 fire damage as a small explosion bursts at you as you try to open the lock. Yeah, and it singes your hair, but it doesn't do anything too damaging.
I immediately drop the box as soon as it goes off.
Well,
Scream.
that's one way to handle it. I'm gonna go ahead and open the lock now.
All right. So I'm going to need you to make a dexterity check using thieves' tools.
These tools, cool.
While he's doing that, I want to look out the window to see if anybody heard that.
17.
All right, you open the lock and you find inside 2 books. One is clearly a spell book, and the other is a journal.
I'm gonna take the quickest glance, just kind of skimming the journal and handing the spell book to Edwin. Edwin,
All right.
you look through this quickly. Can he do anything without this?
Yes.
If he's memorized.
If he's
something,
memorized them.
yes. If he's
Oh,
prepared, he
okay.
can still use it.
He
but
has it. Okay.
If we take this, like grab it from him and put it in my jacket, he can't do it again. So he just has today's worth.
All right.
Cool. I'm gonna look through this journal real quick,
Just
and then
read the
I'm.
last couple pages. That should give us any information. we
Yeah,
need.
let's do it. And
All
I
right.
read like the past.
Okay, so he says, the last couple of pages it says, I have been visited in my dreams. I have by beings who have found the power I seek. They have already transcended the flimsy mortality that we are born with. And they have promised me to show me a way to do so myself if I but create minions to help them defend their subterranean base.
Now, is Alistair's room facing where the rest of them are, like where everybody's gathered outside, or is it the other side of the house?
It's on the other side of the house.
In that case, I say, Edwin, you may want to go downstairs and through the front door. I am going to find the room that faces the front.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna do like another glance around the room. Do I see anything else that stands out?
Don't check
No.
under the mattress. I was a young boy once, too.
There's
Don't touch any loose socks.
there's nothing else. There's nothing else that you are able to find.
Okay, as I'm going towards the front, then I want to flip through the spell book to see if I recognize any of the spells or
Oh
spells
yes,
that are
there.
he shouldn't know that are forbidden.
Well, I mean, there are certain spells that are iffy when you look at like the first few pages, like False Life and Ray of Sickness. But then you eventually do find the very, very illegal Animate Dead at 3rd level in his 3rd level slots. And as you get closer, you find it's just he is clearly this is clearly the spell book of a necromancer.
Right. I'm gonna obviously hold on to that, but I'm gonna go out to the front and find them and go
Yeah.
talk to. Right.
So have you do you conceal the spell book?
It's in my jacket.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need a sleight of hand check to see how well you've concealed it.
I don't conceal it very well, apparently. 8.
So there's a clearly book-shaped bulge in your coat when you come outside, and you're just like, "Hi, everybody." You're kind of holding it there. It's a bulge that I myself have displayed anytime I've gone to the library in the rain.
So before I head to the front, I open the window and I holler down to Cal. I'm like, "Hey, nope, he's definitely a necromancer. I'm gonna shoot him from the front window. You should get there first." And I move up to where the front window is,
All right.
and I open the window and I shoot him.
You shoot him. All right.
I'm running towards the front.
So yeah, this is definitely you have advantage now because and he is surprised. So this is going to be a sneak attack. Make it, and he has not thought to. He is not. I'm also going to say that he has not thought to put on his mage armor. So right. So give me that attack.
That one is over. That's soft 20. Soft 20.
Yeah,
With the
without
pistol.
his mage armor, he only had an AC of 12. So, give me your total damage.
That's unfortunate. That is 12 damage, and what I want to do after that is I want to use, would 25 feet get me back to the back door?
It would get you back to it would get you back to the back door.
Would it get me like around the corner where I would still be able to see anyone, or just to the back door?
Just to the back door.
I'm fine with that.
All right. So shot comes out, hits him. How much damage?
Oh, it was 12.
12.
And I do want to use a free action before I move to yell, "Definitely a necromancer. We kind of need to kill him."
All right. So he gets shot, and he and at this point he says, "You And he says, "You dare?" Lady Charlotte screams, and I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative again. Who's got what for advantage? Dominic.
10.
All right. Yeah.
15.
15. What do you got, Einmar?
11.
11. There's what did you get, Philippe?
13.
All right. And Cal?
18.
Woo!
Are you sure they get that at level 3? And like so early they get advantage on initiative rolls?
From level 1
Oh,
with
okay.
the
Yep.
Unearthed
It's one of the
Arcana
first things,
Ranger. Yeah.
Okay. I guess with advantage, 18.
That,
All right.
Plus, it helps
now,
you do your thing where you hit them first.
here's a fun rules tip. In 5th edition, it's not actually who has the higher dexterity. You get to choose between the two of you who goes first.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Who's choosing?
We do.
Yeah.
I still have my action ready.
Yeah. Yeah. You still have your action ready. I'll even say that it happens so that your weapon is now summoned into your hand and you don't have to.
Oh, I'm okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's under Natural Explorer.
So
If I see Cal going to move just as quickly as I am, I will make eye contact with Cal, and I will relax.
all right.
I will let her go first.
All right. So, Cal, you are the first up.
What does it look like? What does it look like he's doing, Alistair?
Alistair looks like he's got his wand out, and in his left hand he's got what appears to be a powder that sparkles. It may be diamond dust.
I am gonna take my glaive out, and I am going to use. Can I use the blunt end and try to smack his hand so he lets go of something?
Okay, yeah, sure. Give me a attack roll.
What do I add? Do I add for the glaive still?
Yeah, do it for the glaive.
19.
All right, yeah. So which hand are you knocking out?
I'm gonna knock the wand because I don't know what the sparkly stuff does.
All right, so you knock the wand out, the wand out of his hand, and it goes flying, and he curses.
And then, as a bonus action, can I just keep running and run into him and try to knock him over?
Yeah, sure. Give me an athletics check, and he will oppose with his own athletics check, which is not going to be great.
Bullet Agina shop. Here I go. Woo! Athletics 19.
So he got a 12 after rolling a natural 13. So yeah, you knock him over.
Like back. I want to be
Right.
running at him so he kind of gets some distance between him and the wand.
Yeah, so you knock him back away and push him away from the
And
wand.
I will just stand in between him and the wand.
All right, Archie, you're up.
He still has the powder in his other hand.
Yeah.
I want to use the whip and whip his hand and force him to drop it.
All right, so give me an attack roll with the whip.
Okay. That is going to be a 16.
All right, now do roll me normal damage since you are just using the whip normally.
Okay. That is going to be 5.
All right, so you do 5 slashing damage to him, and you make his hand sting, and he drops. And it is clear that what is falling down is diamond dust.
Okay. And with my bonus action, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on him.
All right, so you cast Hunter's Mark on him.
I just want to, again, just say, it's over. There's no need to continue this fight. Please, just stop.
All right. Well, it's Philippe's turn. No, wait, it's Edwin's. Sorry, I skipped you.
I'm gonna see Cal getting in between the wand and
Yeah,
and Alistair, and I'm gonna cast Enlarge on her
yeah.
so that she doubles in size. And let's see what else is left. You'll double in size. You have advantage on strength checks, and you do an extra D4 of damage when you hit them.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna move back to the door or the door into the house to block
Alright.
it.
Philippe.
Would 25 feet get me to Alistair from the back door?
From the back door, no.
How-
It would get you close enough for a pistol shot, though.
Well, I mean, I've also got the short bow. I mean, I've only got 10 bullets with the pistol, 20 with the short bow. But
Uh-huh.
I want to yell from my current position. Get on the ground. If you so much as move, I will kill you where you stand. I want to use my movement to get to a tree or something.
Uh-huh.
And I want to hide
Alright.
with my cunning action.
Alright.
Woo! Yeah. I'll take that 24.
Yep.
And then I would like to ready an action with my short bow so that if he doesn't comply, I'm going to shoot his ass.
Alright.
Not literally.
That's really brave of you. To tell him to get on the ground and then hide from him.
I'm a trickster.
Alright. So, Einror,
I'm gonna drop my weapon and just grapple him.
you're gonna grapple him?
Yep.
Alright, so, athletics versus his athletics.
17. Nope. Soft 20. Nope. 19.
Yeah, alright. So he got a 3.
Yep.
And he is definitely grappled.
Can I cover his mouth?
Yes, I will say you can cover his mouth. So
Okay.
now he cannot use verbal, somatic, or material components.
Yep.
Dominic.
Stump him.
Crowbar, son bitch.
I'm gonna pull out my warhammer and it's like, it's not a crowbar, but it'll get the truth out of you. I'm gonna swing it at his gut.
All right. So he's gonna he's grappled. We'll say restrained as well. So you get advantage.
That is going to be a 13.
All right. So you definitely hit.
This was not what I had just yelled at him. There's no reason to fight.
We're encouraging him really well to surrender. And that is going to be a 10.
All right. So
And I'm
That
not
is-
aiming to kill,
yeah.
just to inflict a lot of pain.
So yeah, and it definitely looks like you've inflicted a lot of pain. And now finally, it is Alistair's turn, and his mouth is covered, and he says,
Clap twice if you give up.
and he tries to clap. his
Okay,
hands.
that's all I needed.
All right.
Can I take an action? No, a free action to say something?
Yeah.
Can someone grab my manacles on my backpack and put it on him?
Yeah. And the Lady Charlotte is just like, "You hooligans! What are you doing? Where did you shoot him? What is going on?" And you put the manacles on him, and he says, "No, Mother, they're correct. I am a necromancer. I have been searching for the key to free-willed undeath because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired all the time. I have been sickly all my life, and I have felt the ever-present claws of death at my heels, and I have desired to master it. And for this reason, and then his eyes grow wide, and his mouth, and he says, "No, no." And as you follow his gaze, what?
I run to him and cast protection from good and evil.
All right, you run and cast protection from good and evil. And as you're running from him, you cast the spell, but it doesn't seem to have an effect. Because as you follow his gaze, he is there's an old woman in fine clothes, a blank expression on her face, staring directly at him. And Alistair puts his hands up to his head and just screams, and then his hands drop away, and he has the same blank expression on his face.
How far away is she?
She is, I want to say, 40 feet from him.
She just magically appeared?
We didn't notice her.
No, you didn't
Okay.
notice her with the whole battle going on.
Is she closer to the graveyard?
She is not closer to the graveyard, and
I switch on his
Charlotte-
mark to her.
I cast
Charlotte's.
magic missile.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Are we still in order?
No, you're not still in order,
Okay.
and Charlotte says, "Mother."
Yes, we get to fight the old lady.
Alright. That might change if I magic missile. She's
Alright.
staring at him though. It's creepy.
All right. So do you? I'm letting you take this back. If you say you can say no.
She was staring at him. He was staring at her, saying no.
Yeah.
I cast magic missile at him.
All right. So you cast magic missile. The beams shoot through her, and she crumples to the ground, obviously dead and bleeding. And she said, "What did you do? My mother. What did you do?" And
Lady Charlotte, get behind me. Gun and whip.
And after a few moments, it becomes clear that that
I just killed the lady.
that the old woman is dead and
Okay,
not
what if
getting
I-
back up.
Okay, but what if I can before it becomes clear that she's dead and not getting back up? Could I go over? Like I was gonna run over there, but could I go over and drag, like, bring her back over and ask? I'm gonna ask, Iron Roll. We should ask her questions. Can we wake her back up? I have a healing potion. We could put the manacles on her.
It's quite clearly that she was very frail and old, and the spell killed her instantly.
Wow. Oops.
And she's just like, "You murdered my grandmother!"
What about what's his face?
And she says, what is going on? What is going on?" And she looks over to her son and she says, Alistair, say something."
I'll do a medicine check on him.
All right.
I want to toss his mother the book, or I want to go over and hand it. Read the last several entries.
Yeah. And the last several entries, again, they end with the entry that says that he's made a deal with some kind of entities who have transcended mortality. He makes a reference to them being from beyond the stars, and they...
I would like to do Arcana check to see if that sounds like anything I know.
All right, so... Yeah, make an Arcana check.
I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna spend the spell slot and cast Identify on him.
All right.
And it says if you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it. So I'm assuming if it's something that's spell-like,
All
maybe
right.
it would tell me.
All right. That is great. All right. So
22.
So this is kind of conflicting to your knowledge, because the reference to a creature from beyond the stars, that could be something akin to a beholder or a mind flayer. The idea that there's multiple of them makes it sound like it's a colony, would be a colony of mind flayers. But the thing that makes it weird is the idea of transcending mortality, especially if they're working with a necromancer, because mind flayers in particular hate arcane magic. So this is a very strange and contradictory statement. So, but how high did you get?
22.
All right. You have heard of some varieties of mind flayers who reject the rule of an elder brain to practice magic on their own, and that it has been noted that some of them seek free-willed undeath akin to lichdom. And you, when you cast Edwin, when you cast Identify, what you have found is that there is a psionic effect that has supplanted Alistair's personality. It is a constant, ongoing effect, and but because it's psionic, you can't really tell the nature of what is happening, because Identify is mostly meant for arcane magic or divine magic. Psionics is something completely different and something very rare on the material plane.
Would I be able to recognize it as psionic magic?
You are able to recognize it as psionic.
Okay.
My medicine check was a critical failure.
So you snap your fingers in front of him. You look him in the eyes, and then, as near as you can tell, he's unconscious while standing up.
I want to go over to Lady Charlotte. I want to say, I apologize for all of the circumstances that are going on.
It's just, you apologize? You shot my son!
Your son has been raising the undead. Your son knocked me out with one single blow, which has been tried many times before. Your son has been messing with the undead. Your son has been messing with beings beyond the stars. There's a reason I do not apologize very often. I could count on one hand the number of times I have done so. I do apologize.
She just starts breathing very heavily, and she says, I need to sit down. And at this point, Robert arrives. He says, I have the tea.
I pull out a flask, and I'm like, madam, this may serve you better than the tea.
And she just kind of grabs it, and then, with more familiarity than you expect, she takes a swing.
As they're doing that, I want to cut some of his clothes and to make like a bind around his head so he can't see or hear.
Who?
Alistair.
Alistair. So you bind his...
I basically want to make it so he's blind and deaf.
All right. So you can basically make it so he's blind and deaf.
I would like to pick up the wand.
All right. So you pick up the wand. It's a normal wand.
Yep.
Can I be normal sized, or does this just?
It only lasted a minute, so you shrunk down
normal
after a minute.
sized.
Yeah.
Great.
I also want to say, look, now I know that this has been quite traumatic, but, and I'm going to use persuasion.
All right.
Also, I know that many different things have happened here, but if you could, just, we're not seeking payment of any kind, obviously, with what has gone on today. If you could just use the utmost possible discretion with dealing with the guild, and if you could avoid the authorities, we would very much appreciate it. And I'm sorry that you didn't realize this about your son, and that your son was doing these things to you and your daughter. And
all right, so I'm gonna need a persuasion check.
I'll take some tea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a swig of my flask, which is fire whiskey.
24.
All right. So she looks at you. She says, "If what you say is true, then my son has been illegally practicing necromancy,
And
while
my
being
friend,
while being the heir to a prominent noble family."
and I'm pretty sure that my friend thought that your mother was a ghoul.
And
But
she
that's
said-
when I
and
started
she says,
explaining the psionics
it's
to everyone.
and she says it's quite possible. She says, I thank you for helping. For helping me to see what is going on. I would like to please be alone. I will make sure, as best as I can cover this up. I have friends who may be able to help in that regard. Members of the Silvertooth clan. In any case, I would like to be alone with my thoughts for a while.
You may still actually have a problem. Whatever he's raised may still be in that mausoleum or wherever he was at.
I know where you can stay. It'll sound kind of odd, and then I actually want to say, if you could take a couple of steps this way, and I want to pull her off to the side.
And she says, I will stay here with my family. I have a daughter. I'm not leaving her.
You and your daughter would be safe there?
We'll be... Go and take it... Whatever is in the mausoleum, I will pay you to kill.
Okay, and I pull out a piece of paper, and I just want to write on there, you can go to the orphanage, mention blank name,
Yeah.
and you will be safe there. And I hand her the note.
And she says, alright. She says, go to the mausoleum. Kill whatever my son created. And please, just leave me be.
I realize this is not the best time, but should you need to get away from here, either for your safety or just to be away from some memories, there is room at my family's estate.
He says,
And I would be happy to find you a wing with privacy.
he says, Calliope, was it?
Calliope? No,
Calliope.
Calypso.
Calypso. I'm
My
sorry.
name?
She says, Calypso. I thank you. It is most generous of you to offer. I may very well take you up on that, given the alternatives, which I also and she turns to you and says, I also appreciate, you must understand.
Can I have that note back?
Yes.
And that I eat it.
You have quite a bit to hide, Philippe.
It seems we all do.
Agreed. Shall we make our way to the mausoleum? Cover the political scandals.
I could use a nap.
I could also use a little bit of a breather.
We will,
Mentally exhausted.
You can definitely, at the very least, take a short rest.
I could use an hour.
Yeah.
That's a short rest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What's the time of day?
It was around. We'll say 12:30 when you got here, after meeting with everybody together. Now it's getting closer to 1, so it's still early afternoon. So while you guys are all taking a short rest and expending hit dice, I'm gonna get myself one last drink.